And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Banished. Alright, we got a good crop coming in. It's late spring and we're already hitting the 40%, 50%. Fantastic news. I built a bunch of roads in between here to sort of speed up the process. As spring hits, you want your farmers to get out to the fields as fast as possible. So a few stone roads goes a long ways for that. We're doing pretty good on logs. Firewood last winter was hurting, as you may remember. So we want some more firewood, and I can't build one here. I can't build one right there. So we are going to have to figure out what a good spot for this is. Didn't quite imagine that was going to be such a problem. So I can put it right here. Leave that tree right there. That's pretty cool. That little tree right there. I mean, it will die and fall eventually. So yeah, we're using quite a few of our headstones now. We had 11 people recently die, and some of our houses. This house here, we had two very old people, in their mid 70s here, and so they passed away, and now two 20-year-olds are living there. Hopefully they will have lots of babies. We have a couple more houses of some older residents. We have one more here where we have two that have been married and together for over 70 years. So very nice to see, sign of the old couple of the city. We are second generation of people are in their 50s already. So we want to make sure we've got lots and lots of people. So we want to build another super awesome house. And I thought I could build it here, but I can't. So aside from super awesome house, we can build regular houses. So I want to build a couple regular houses here and here. And that will also force people to go around the corner instead of cut through, because I know that going around on this super fast path is way faster than cutting down the middle. So get these houses built. With this new crop, will probably be, let's just manual harvest these. I want to make sure that there's plenty of time for harvesting. So yeah, we got two a 30-year-old and a 20-year-old. That's not many childbearing years ahead of you. So we want to make sure we get some houses where some younger people start moving in, because we want to give them plenty of time to have kids. So we're gonna just go crazy. I've got another barn down here, which will help. This is 99%. That can be harvested. Let's see, hunting lodge. We could put one more person in there. One more person in gathering. However, hunting lodge is a little fickle. So yeah, we did pretty good this year. 1,200 and 1,100 and 1,200. So yeah, we've got lots and lots of food and wheat that we can now mill. So let's build a couple more stone paths. I am out of stone, so let's gather the stone. Gather all of the stone. I didn't select this one, did I? I don't think I did. We've got the awesome stone bridge done, which, if you look at our map now, it actually doesn't really connect, because this thing loops up and back down. So it does connect to the bottom of the base or bottom of the map, but I'm not sure, because this path here in vanilla is passable by people, I believe. But these deeper ones weren't supposed to be. And I think a mod had changed that. So we've got all that stone that we mined up now. And I really don't want to build a quarry, in part because that clanging that you hear around a quarry, it would never stop. So it would be nice to put the quarry off to a side that I'm not actually visiting all that often, because it gets kind of annoying. The next thing I want to do, though, I want to get ready for trading, because we need more food, we need more variety, we need livestock. I want to get some wool, some sheep, and some cows, so we can start making leather, and we can start getting wool, and I can start making warm jackets. I do eventually want to get some coal, to get some steel, but what other types of just the iron and the steel. There are mods that add more varieties, especially with the tailor. There's mods that add a whole bunch of different types of clothes that you can use. So how much? 198 stone, and plus a teeny bit up here. So I can actually look at this and see 199 stone. How much for a trading post? And where is a trading post? Right here. 80. So I do have enough. These are massive buildings. Of course I can't. Oh, come on. There's always something. I mean, really? I can't put it right here? I know there's also a mod that changes that, but I don't want to mod it too heavily. In part because of, stability. I don't want a game that's prone to crashing. A trading post. Once you build a trading post, you'll get and I can see by the flow of the river that it will come from this direction. Trading post will a boat will start to flow down here, and it'll travel. I don't know how he'll travel across this lake, but he'll come down here. You'll park right here, and now each vendor is different. There's a variety of vendors. There's livestock dealers, there are seed dealers, there are general goods dealers, there are building component dealers. What you get is sort of random, and it can vary quite a bit. We had just 2 more people die too, and our graves are filling up fast. So having vendors is good. You don't want to have them too early. They can and have, in my experience, save your ass when it comes to crashes. If you have something happen in your city where maybe you're not paying attention and your food just absolutely dives and it dies. And so if you have a city that you are absolutely out of food, and it's the middle of the winter and you're not going to get food anytime soon, and you just happen to get a vendor come by that has a ton of food, it can really save your bacon. And so I recommend building a trader as soon as you're comfortable with it. You don't want to do it too early, but it can really save your city. So these need workers, and I have 14 workers. Let's put 4 here. So one of the things that you need to do is stock up your trader with goods to trade, because when the boats come, you're going to want some stuff in there to trade with. Otherwise, you're not going to actually be able to barter with anything. So here, what is my... I mean, I've got a good amount of iron. I've got tons of iron, actually. So let's actually load it with iron tools. And I want, let's say, like 200 iron tools. And now that we have a growing season, I can't actually scoop up any of this other iron, but I will as soon as the winter hits, because my iron tools will, 200 iron tools is going to consume quite a lot of that. Oh, now I've got somebody without a tool. Great. Because I'm pulling them all into here. So I've got 18 right now. And the inventory, see, I've got plenty of iron. A lot of missing tools. And it's not the end of the world. It just takes them forever to do whatever job they're doing. The biggest problem is when your actual blacksmith runs out of tools. If his tool dies, that's a problem, because then it takes forever for them to actually finish a tool. So that is a problem. But I'm getting some tools, and now I need to stop getting tools, because I have farmers that were without tools, and I really don't want them. If they have too many tools, or if they have more than what you set them for the desired, they will empty it out. So you can feed stuff back into the system if you've run out. So this actually pushed in a bunch of tools, quite a few tools actually, and I want to make sure everybody gets a tool, and then start adding more. So let's go up to 40, like that. It's funny that as soon as I pulled tools out, I had a bunch of people run out of tools. So it looks like this year our yields are not going to be spectacular. We're already in early summer, and actually, we could turn this around. We get some rain. Hopefully we'll get some rain sometime soon. We got one person without a tool again. We've got exactly 40, so any more tools will... Oh, and of course the blacksmith's tool runs out. So he was the one whose tool ran out, so that sucks. Do I have any tools in here? I have 3 tools in there. So he got his tool. Now we've got 40 tools to work with. Not sure how much they're worth. Hopefully they're worth a lot. Nowhere near getting... it takes a while for the trader. The traders are really slow. The more trading posts you have, the better, because each trading post has its own timer and its own traders that come visit it. So you have to be very, patient when it comes to that. So anyway, let's see how much bread we're actually making. So we got lots of flour, lots of bread. I'm hoping for a really good... Ooh, wow. No, we're not in autumn yet. Yeah, that really bounced. Look at that. That rain hit, and we just started going crazy. This one's harvesting. So we're at late summer. Let's start harvesting that one, and that one, and that one. Start doing that one. So I want this one to mature a bit more. We've got lots of ale. That runs out pretty fast during the off season. You know, when the farmers are done, boy, it's drinking time. So, do I have any? Yeah, I've got lots of stone. Let's build that out. Got these two people. These two houses had a kid about the same time. So one of these couples died. So poor Stell, whose husband died. Unfortunately, it was a long and loving relationship, and now they're just milling around, you know, helping move some stuff around. Not too bad. So you are going to go to 60. So what am I mean, I'm good on wood. I'm good on iron. I'm good on firewood. I am maxed on food. I just don't ever want these to stop harvesting. So don't ever stop harvesting, you guys. You should never be done. So here's one of the tips that I give is if you're looking at your population, and it's if you're wondering if you're growing, if you're stagnating, or if you're declining in population, the easiest way to do it is to look at any given time your population limits or your population here. If your number of students is lower than your number of children, your city is growing. If the opposite is true, your city is shrinking. The closer these are together, the closer they are to being even. Just because the number of students, you're not in school very long, versus, you know, they spend 10 years not being a student, and only about 2 being a student. So at any given time, if the number of students is greater than, then obviously you're going to be shrinking, because your children, as soon as they become students, well, they're not going to spend a whole lot of time being students. So you got to watch that carefully. And the other one, once you build the town hall, you can obviously just go to population and see what the trend is, and if it is up, if it is down, if it is even. I'm pretty even right now. I've got a few more children than I do students, so I know that I'm kind of growing right now. And it's probably because of the houses that I've built, as well as the new houses that are unoccupied. So as soon as a house goes vacant, well, there's Stell is 80 years old now. She is the town elder. Way to go, Stell. 80 years old. Who knows how long ago this is representing, but 80 years old is pretty good even by today's standards. So good on you. And got some great families growing up here. Got this awesome big manor house full of farmers. Lots and lots of farmers living right there, which is great because there's so many farms in this spot. They can just all pile out and hit the farms as soon as they can. So we want, what are we, winter? Yeah, let's grab some iron out of here. So now we've got a bunch of tools again, and we've got 60. So let's just go up to, 100. A little bit of a delay. Got the 20 in here. They'll quickly produce 20 more. Reserves of tools is low. I am aware of that. I am aware of that. Lots of iron into the system now. You can see the clanging. It gets annoying. I'm not sure which. If that's an ambient or if it's an effect. It looks like it might have been an effect. But let's see. We got 88 now. A few more left. I don't know what tools you need to be baking bread. Apparently it's a hoe. Oh well. So only 12 bread. Why am I so low on bread? I mean, we have just no bread. Reserve of firewood is low. I never added you. And now we've got a bunch of people. So we've got 100 there, so we've got tools. Surplus tools now. And our blacksmith actually has a tool, which helps. So more and more tools is a good thing. But that'll have to do it for this episode. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.